Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why the narcissist doesn't win. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So many times we think that the narcissist is winning. Many times we think that the narcissist has won, specifically when the relationship has ended recently and then we find out that the narcissist not only is a narcissist and on to the new supply, but at times we were missing what we never had. But then you get a light bulb moment, then you get the wisdom, and you apply the tools that are provided for you on the channel and in the community, and you understand that the narcissist isn't winning. They've never been winning. What the narcissist wants to do is win, because the narcissist looks at each and every person that they enter a relationship with as a competition. And one thing that is instrumental for the narcissist is to believe that they are winning. When you were in that relationship with them, you were doing anything but winning. You were being gaslit, stonewalled, giving the silent treatment, rage fits, etc. And you were working for the narcissist. You were putting out the fires that they were starting intentionally. But again, you didn't know what narcissism was. You weren't taught this in school. When the relationship ended, you had to really process what that relationship was. It was what it was. It wasn't what you wanted it to be. And after you practiced radical acceptance and understood that you are the priority, that you come first, second, and third, and that there is no longer room in your life for a toxic narcissistic person, that's when you really got the wisdom. That's when you really slowed your life down and you began to invest in yourself. Now, going back again, the narcissist wants to believe that they're winning. They believe that they're better than everybody. They believe that they should have the new car, the best job, they should have the best haircut, they should spend time with the most quality people, etc. This is why the narcissist name drops so frequently. Yes, I was with so-and-so, or yes, I know this person, or yes, I'll be having lunch with that person. Well, are any of these things true? Maybe, but maybe not. We never know, because the narcissist talks out of both sides of their mouth. They never can keep a straight face when they're talking, because the narcissist never tells the truth. They tell you little partial truths. They tell you a slice of the truth, or they'll flat out lie, because the narcissist is looking for what? They're looking for supply. And the narcissist, once they get what they want from a current source of supply, they usually will discard this person or not communicate with them, whatever you want to call it, and they'll go on to another source of supply, and on and on and on. And bear in mind, the supply source of the narcissist, it does not have to be romantic. It can come from a pet, from a job, from a friend, from a person in a hobby group, from a neighbor, a colleague, from anybody. So don't think that the narcissist is out gallivanting the globe getting all the romantic interests, because they're probably not. But the narcissist wants you thinking that, specifically if you were in a romantic relationship with them. The narcissist wants you to believe that the new supply is so much better than you, and that they're so much younger, and they have so much more experience and a bigger bank account, and they can do more things for the narcissist. Well, some of that may be true, maybe even all of it. But the point is, the new supply, remember, they're one of three people. They're either a recycled source of supply, which means somebody who hasn't broken the trauma bond or hasn't figured out what narcissism is. They are a toxic person themselves, i.e. narcissist, etc. Or three, they are a clean slate, a person who probably was you, maybe even an empath, a kind, loving, stable, healthy person who does not know the relationship that they just entered. They believe that they just won the lottery, but what they just did was found a ticket to Destructionsville. And that new supply, if they are the third person that I mentioned there, they will be working so hard to please the narcissist, because the narcissist most likely was triangulating them with you, even though you weren't in the relationship. Example, with the new supply, perhaps the narcissist is saying, yes, my former relationship, which was you, they did all these things, A, B, and C, they did everything. How come you can't do it? You see, that's what the narcissist does. They want to leapfrog from one relationship to the next, always catapulting themselves forward, always elevating themselves higher to get more than the previous source of supply could provide for them. But again, each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. We now know that. And on top of that, we now know that the narcissist cannot change. They can't introspect. They can't heal, because to them, there's nothing to heal from. This is why the loop just continues to go around and around and around, with the one constant being whom? Being the narcissist. Now, when you finally get the wisdom and you understand that the narcissist isn't winning, and that every day that you are away from the narcissist, and every day that you've maintained no contact and blocked them, etc., that is a good thing. Because when you were not blocking the narcissist, or you were still in communication with them, this is where the narcissist wanted you. They wanted you still pining for them, still thinking about them, still living in your mind rent-free. This is why the narcissist won't give you closure. This is why the narcissist wants to keep that door open just a crack so they can kick it wide open in the future. That is why in virtually every video I create, I strongly suggest to take action, if not now, when, which means go no contact, etc. If you can't, utilize gray rock, simply become dull and boring, but get off the radar of the narcissist. And above all, for this video, don't believe for a minute the narcissist is winning. They are not. When you go to bed tonight, you will put your head on the pillow and you probably will fall asleep after you think about all the accomplishments you've achieved and all the good things you've done on the planet today. That's what I do each and every night. That's not what the narcissist does. They're on one of their 3 smartphones, on social media apps, dating apps, creating fake accounts, spying on past sources of supply, grooming future sources of supply, the whole time laying in bed next to the current source of supply, and that person has no idea what's going on. I hope you followed that. You see, the narcissist is always on a constant quest looking for the next new shiny object. They're looking for the next new thing. They cannot stand stability. They cannot stand regularity. They need destruction, they need confusion and chaos. And the narcissist believes that they are winning, specifically if they've discarded you. And if they did, my heart goes out to you. Or if you ended it yourself, my heart goes out to you. But they want to twist the knife in these people. And at one point that was you, it certainly was me. And we didn't know what narcissism was back then. That's why we were thinking about the narcissist. That's why we were missing what we never had. That's why we thought we would never find somebody again in our life. That's why we believed that our soulmate was gone, the yin to our yang was gone. How could we ever go on living without this person? Well, when you realize that what you were in was the trauma bond, and this is the toughest, most challenging thing to break known to humankind, when you realize what that is, and that the narcissist was abusing you and manipulating you day after day, week after week, etc., then you realize that you have to break that trauma bond. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, practicing radical acceptance will be one way that you will break it, but also slowing your life down, staying in the cocoon of boundaries, seeing a qualified therapist, journaling, meditating, watching videos, writing, healing childhood wounds, and above all, understanding that A, the narcissist is not winning, B, they have never won, C, they never will win, D, the new supply is being punished for being themselves, and E, the narcissist did not think ever that you would break the cycle, that you would see behind the mask, and above all, that you would heal. But you have done that, or you are doing it. And now who is winning? That's right, you got it correct. You are winning, because you now see the illusion. You now see that the relationship was nothing but a house of cards. You now see the empty words and empty promises of the narcissist for what they are, not for what they wanted you to believe. I'll take a side note here. The narcissist so frequently future fakes people. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we will do this, but only when this happens. I need to do this first. Yes, we can do it, but only in a couple of years. They will say things like that. And the reason they're doing that is to keep you strung along longer and longer, because they haven't taken everything they possibly could from you. Now, back then, you didn't know what you were up against. Again, you weren't taught this in school, but now you understand that the narcissist will say anything they possibly want to keep people believing in the mask, to keep people believing in the false narrative of the narcissist, and to keep people stuck in the trauma bond. But again, you broke it. You're out, or you are about to get out, or you're healing, or you have healed. And you now understand that this is not only the relationship you need to heal from, but that you are the winner. When you're out of these relationships and you find the needle in a haystack, which is narcissism, and you slow your life down and you invest your time and energy and empathy and love into yourself, and you become awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and you understand that it was the narcissist who was trying to fool you the whole time. Just like at the end of The Wizard of Oz, when the curtain was pulled back and there was that little person standing up on a chair or something, pulling all the levers and pressing all the buttons. That is the narcissist in a nutshell. And when you pour water on the narcissist, a different version, the Wicked Witch of the West, that's when they say, I'm melting, I'm melting. Well, what is the water that makes the Wicked Witch of the West disappear? It is no contact. It is blocking the narcissist. It is seeing behind the curtain and seeing that the levers that were being pulled and the buttons that were being pressed was also by the narcissist. You see, the narcissist is a shapeshifter. They are everywhere. They are all around you. Now, they're not going to come out and tell you that they're a narcissist, but the truth is these people wear masks and they manipulate anybody who will believe the false narrative of the mask or of the words of the narcissist. Understand that you are the person that the narcissist was targeting. You're the person that they wanted to take from. You're the person that has the beautiful, bright, shining light within you. You're the person with the abundance. You are the person that was winning before you met the narcissist. You were not winning when you were in the relationship at all, because your health took a hit, your finances took a hit, your hobbies took a hit, your relationships took a hit, your job took a hit. Everything left, right, and center was taking a hit. But once that relationship ended and you found the needle in a haystack and you understood what kind of relationship you were in, that's when you began to win. Now, if the relationship ended recently for you, I am certain you're thinking that you're not winning. I was there. I was once where you are. I put myself back together. I dusted myself off by the bootstraps. I picked myself up and I rose through the ashes like a phoenix. And that is what you are about to do. You have done or you will do. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Understand you were manipulated and that you did not have the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle. And the narcissist knew this. And they wanted to make you believe that they were winning when that relationship ended and that they were going on to bigger and better things. That is not the truth. The truth is the narcissist, as I mentioned earlier, every night when they go to bed, they have to stay in their tiny little brain. They have to understand and realize, even if it's for a second, all of the lives that they've devastated, all of the relationships they've blown up, all of the money they have stolen, all of the marriages that they've devastated and blown up. This is what the narcissist does. They're a walking, ticking time bomb, and they do not improve. They only deteriorate over time. But what they want to do until you get the wisdom is they want you believing that you're missing the best thing you never had, which was them. The truth is, getting away from these people and running for the hills as far away from them while you're going and maintaining no contact is the best thing you'll ever do. And that's when you will begin winning. The further you get away from the narcissist, the stronger you will get. The stronger you get, the weaker they get. The weaker they get, the less they are in your mind. The less they are in your mind, the more clear your mind gets. The clearer your mind gets, the more strength returns back to you. And that's when your health will return, your energy, your network of friends, etc. All these things you will rebuild, and it won't be easy or fun. But again, anyone that wasn't on your side when the relationship ended, they weren't on your side for a reason. Some of them were toxic themselves. Others were grabbing your popcorn and watching your life implode. Others couldn't do anything because they were the narcissist, or they were married to the narcissist and they didn't want to be a target themselves. And then there were a small handful of people, if you were fortunate enough to have people around you, those people who stood by you, most of those, if not all of them, are good, solid people. Those are the people that were there for you in the past, and my hope is they're still around, but maybe they're not. So who is winning? It's you. It's the person who is spending hours watching videos, journaling, really digging into the narcissistic abusive cycle. Who is winning? The person who is learning the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Who is winning? The person who is putting themselves back together. Who is winning? You, the person who had to relocate. You who had to cut ties with so many people, not only just the narcissist, but many other casualties of the relationship. Who is winning? You, the person who's watching your bank account grow again, or starting a new career, or doing something that you wanted to do but you couldn't when you were in the relationship with the narcissist. Who is winning? The person who is taking a class, teaching a class, reading a book, writing a book, traveling, falling in love again, taking classes, who is sleeping in till 10 o'clock in the morning or staying up till 4 a.m. You are the person who now are in control of your own day, week, month, year, rest of your life. You've been through something that most people haven't been through. You've conquered the narcissistic abusive cycle. You've made it out in one piece. You are stronger than you know. You are galvanized. You are resilient. You are committed. You are full of resilience, fortitude, commitment, education, devotion, and progress. You see, the narcissist will always stay stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state. And they wanted to capture you, and they did for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. And they never thought you would break the chains. They never thought you would break the four ties, which are the energetic tie, the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. But you're breaking them, or you broke them, and you're free. And now you're a totally different person. You're in what I call the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind, because now you see the world the way it is, not the way you wanted to see it, or not the way you were seeing it with the rose-tinted glasses on. You see, this relationship, i.e. the narcissistic relationship, it has transformed you and changed you forever. It is a good thing that you are out of it. When you're out of it, that's when you begin winning, although it will feel like you are doing anything but winning. But each and every day that you stay away from the narcissist, each and every day that you maintain no contact, each and every day that when you want to do something to reach out to them that you don't, you get stronger. And yes, it gets easier and easier as you go along. This is the path. This is what you must do. If not now, when? So I will say a few things before I close the video. If you are still helping the narcissist in any way, shape, or form, and you don't have to, I strongly, and I mean strongly, suggest you pull back and not help them. Now you may say, well, that's a little rough, Andrew. No, it's not. I'll tell you why. Because if you're still connected with the narcissist any way at all, and you know that the narcissist will try to drag whatever connection that is out longer and longer, because that's what they do, then you are susceptible to falling back into the cycle, back into the loop. One more round of abuse, manipulation, and punishment. That is why so frequently on the channel I suggest to cut the ties with the narcissist. Now I will say this, if you can't do it and you're waiting for a certain thing to happen, example, your child, you're waiting until they turn to be 18 years old, I get it, I understand. Have a plan, execute a plan, be patient, be stoic, be calm, utilize gray rock, and know that in time you will be free from the tethers of the narcissist. The narcissist needs people. The narcissist needs to abuse people. They need to confuse people. They need to utilize the smear campaign against people. And they need to spread a false narrative or a false rhetoric about certain people. And that was what you were experiencing, even though you didn't know what the smear campaign was. I understand this completely. That's why running for the hills from these people is the path. That's why understanding that you are the winner. You have already won if you're out of the relationship. You just may not see it right now. So be kind and patient with yourself and realize that you are in a relationship that, yes, it was the most challenging relationship you've ever been a part of, but no, you will never be in another one. And yes, the narcissist did think they were winning, but no, they are not winning. And yes, you are healing, or you have healed, and no, the narcissist will never change. They never will introspect. They won't be accountable. They can't love anybody, including the new supply. They have no empathy, and they only care about themselves. So who is the winner? You are the winner. And if you feel and you know that you've already won, drop comments. If the relationship ended recently or you're breaking the chains from the narcissist, I get it. You may not feel like you're winning, but I'll tell you right now, where you are now is probably not where you were a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, etc. That's why the healing path is not linear. It will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you on the channel and in the community. That's why we all need to reach the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, where we leave the narcissist in the past and all those people that did not lift a finger to help us out after the relationship ended. In other words, they didn't check in on us, or they didn't ask about us because they were too caught up with watching our lives implode. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I want to share a few things. The last couple of days, I've had evening videos because I have been very busy with sessions. So I'm trying to get back to the day videos because the day videos are easier for me and more, I can get more across. So that's number one. Number two is very simply and succinctly, I said this a moment ago, I'm going to say the same message a different way. If where you are today is where you want to be, really sit down and be grateful, because you've been to hell and back. You've picked yourself up by the bootstraps and dusted yourself off, and you did something that most people don't do. You accomplished breaking the chains of the narcissistic abusive cycle, and now you're in a safe space. You're probably surrounding yourself with people that care about you, but you've definitely gone no contact, and it took a lot to get there. So be grateful, take a deep breath, and congratulate yourselves. And I suggest having a me day. I did a video on that 2 years ago. That's when you just unplug. You have 24 hours to do whatever you want to do that benefits you, by you, for you, and with you exclusively. Second thing is, if where you are is not where you want to be, you need to understand there's more work to be done. Continue to create, develop, and execute your exit plan. Understand that where you are today may not be where you will be in 3 months, in 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months, but understand that each and every day that you're making progress, you're getting stronger. Each and every day you're making progress, the narcissist is getting weaker. And each and every day that you're making progress, you're becoming a different person. The narcissist cannot, all they can do is change the mask. They can shapeshift and fool other people. What you're doing is you're ascending, you're elevating, you're climbing higher than you ever thought possible. And where are you gonna reach? Where will you finally reach? The pinnacle of indifference. Because now your beautiful, bright, shining light is either returning or it has returned. And now you understand that narcissism is prevalent on the planet and you will not tolerate any poor behavior, not only from any narcissist, but from any toxic person ever again. Because you now have boundaries. You can say no, the strongest word in the English language. You realize and recognize that not everybody thinks the way you think and that not everybody has your best interest at heart. And one more time before I close the video, you've done something that most people don't do. You've broken the cycle. You've defeated the narcissist. You are the winner. Really understand this. You are the winner. You've always been. It's just that we believed in the mask and you believed in the mask when you were in that relationship. Now we believe in ourselves and we elevate higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars. And that is where the narcissist can never, and I mean never, ever get to. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I hope you liked the video. Play it and play it a few times and pay it forward to somebody who could use it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you. Bye.